This week on Winged and Rooted Yoga, do you trust yourself? When it comes time to make decisions, to go in a certain direction, to say yes, to say no, do you trust yourself? In my practices, I've discovered that in order to trust myself, I must first know myself. So maybe the real question is, do you know yourself? Your preferences, your likes, your dislikes, what makes you feel grounded, excited, adventurous, sexy? Do you know what makes you mad, irritated, angry, fearful? Do you know what makes you feel peaceful, calm? What makes your heart race? What gets you excited? Do you know what your boundaries are? Do you know why you like certain people in your life and why others you dislike? If we really want to live a more centered, whole, and authentic life, we must first know what centered, whole, and authentic looks like and feels like in our bodies. So I ask you, do you know? Our yoga practice is the first and safest place to start to put these ideas to use. Utilize this next 30 minutes to get to know what it really feels like to be fully in your body, what your body likes and dislikes, what makes you sweat, what stretches you, what makes you uncomfortable, and maybe even a little scared while we play. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper in this topic, I have created an online series called Journal Your Way To. And our first Journal Your Way To is Knowing Yourself. If you're interested, you can find my mini-series on wingedandrooted.com under the mini-series Journal Your Way To. I look forward to seeing you there.
Tell me what just happened over there. I remember walking up those stairs. We were stepping into a sacred light. And tell me what just happened over there. I remember looking at the wrinkles on your hands, reminding me of rivers in the Holy Land. Tell me what just happened over there. I know.
Hi guys, I'm Zoe from Winged and Rooted, and welcome to our first online class for strength and stability. This is my first recording, and I know that it's not full screen, but I need you to be able to see my whole body, and my space is kind of small. So, actually, I'm using this space specifically to show you that you don't need a lot of space to practice, and also I have my little mini helper in here. I don't know if you can see her right now, she's off camera, one of my pugs, to show that we're gonna have distractions, especially when we choose to practice at home, and it's totally okay. We can work through it. So let's go ahead and begin. We're gonna start at the top of our mat, seated comfortably. If sitting cross-legged is not comfortable, you can sit on your knees. You can take a block if you have blocks. If you don't have blocks, that's okay, we don't need them. You can take a pillow underneath, sit down, and just give yourself a moment. Eyes can be closed. You can place your hands on your heart and on your chest. Take a few deep breaths together. Just slowing down. And if you have your hands on your heart and your chest, just start to become aware of how it feels in your hands to feel your lungs expanding and contracting as you breathe. So we'll start with what's called Ujjayi pranayama. And what I want you to imagine is, we'll do it with the mouth open first. I want you to imagine there's a mirror like right in front of your face. And when you breathe, you're trying to fog the mirror up. So you, on the exhale, you're sending that breath out. just like you're trying to fog that mirror up. And then on the inhale, it's like you're trying to draw that fog from the mirror back in, okay? So it's a slight constriction of the throat. You can do that a couple times with the mouth open. And I don't know if you can hear me, but this is, I call it ocean breath because it literally sounds like the ocean coming in and out. Do that a couple more times with the mouth open. If you've got that down, we're going to close the mouth and continue that same constriction, but through the nose. Let's take 5 more deep breaths like this. And become aware of your breath completely, and set a goal for yourself for this 30 minutes that we're practicing together to maintain this same deep breath. We are going to be working. This is a strength class. So if at any time you start to lose connection with your breath, just pause the video, take a moment in child's pose or down dog, and reconnect. Last exhale, seated. If you're sitting on a prop, move it off to the side. Take your hands down. Tuck your toes under and come all the way up to stand. We are going to be starting with blocks today. If you don't have blocks, again, you don't need them. You can use a towel in between the legs and the hands, or you can use a pillow. The idea is to just have something there that you can squeeze so that the muscles are active, okay? You don't even need to have anything as long as you are completely aware that you're squeezing the muscles in towards the midline, okay? The blocks or props just help with keeping your focus on that. So we'll start standing. If you've got your props, place the props in between the hands and one in between the ankles. Take an exhale, let the shoulders relax down away from the ears. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. The knees can bend if your hands don't touch the floor. Inhale, halfway rise to a flat back. Hands can be on the shins or the floor. On your exhale, you're just going to start to tippy toe the feet all the way back to the top of to the back of your mat. So we're in this plank position. Squeeze the core together. Shrug the shoulders down. Inhale, come forward to the toes. Drop the knees. Exhale to the belly. If you're at the top of your mat, you're running out of space, we're going to just move to the back. Grab your other prop that we placed down. On your next inhale, raise both props off the floor as high as you can. Continue to breathe. We're holding the pose, not the breath. One more inhale like this. Exhale, release it to the floor. Give yourself a moment. Just one breath. And now we're adding on. Inhale, squeeze the props. Raise them off the floor. Give yourself an exhale here. On your inhale, try not to use momentum. We're just going to start to roll over to the left side, coming into boat pose or baby boat pose on the back. Keep both props off the floor. Shaking is normal. I'm shaking. Last exhale here. Keep the props off the floor as you rotate back. Try not to use momentum. Back to the belly. Props are still raised up. On your next exhale, lower it down. One breath here. On your next inhale, take the props up. Exhale, no momentum, just roll to the right side now. To your back, props stay off the floor, core is engaged. It's okay if you touch the things in your room, like my plant. Back to the belly. Inhale and release. All right, now we're gonna move with breath. Give yourself one last exhale here. Inhale, raise everything up. Exhale, roll to the back. One inhale here. Exhale, back to the belly. Don't drop it just yet. Inhale. Exhale, now drop. Inhale, raise everything up. Exhale, let's do the other side. Inhale, raise everything up. Exhale, back to the belly. One inhale. Exhale, release. Give yourself 2 breaths here. We're going to do that same thing, but one more thing added on. That's hard. I'm worn out, just like you. We got this. All right, grab your props. Squeeze everything into the midline. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale to the left side. This time you're going to bring the hands towards the feet. Slowly bend the knees as you come up to boat pose. Squeeze everything in. Once you're feeling balanced, then the arms are going to go up towards the ceiling. 1 breath here. On your next exhale, lower it back down. Hands come to the waist first and then up overhead. Don't let the prop touch the floor. Roll back to the belly. And exhale, drop. Give yourself a moment. Just because I do it with you does not mean that it's easy for me. It's as hard for me as it is for you. Totally worth it though. Other side, ready? Grab your blocks. Exhale completely. Inhale, raise everything up. This is our last one. Exhale, roll to the opposite side. Bring the block to the waist. Bend the knees. Bring yourself up to boat pose. The knees do not have to be straight. If you'd like to get extra credit, take the legs towards straight, but keep the heart pulling forward. Arms go up once you're feeling balanced. On your next exhale, lower it back down. Block comes to the waist first, then overhead. On your next exhale, and wait for it, roll back to the belly. Raise everything up. Exhale, drop it. You can drop the prop in your hands, but keep the other one between the legs still. We're not done with it yet. You're working hard. Maybe you're starting to warm up a little bit. I know I'm warming up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna take the hands, come to the hands next to the low ribs, tuck the toes under. The knees are gonna stay on the floor for this first one. Raise the hips and chest up at the same time. This takes core work. So the tendency is, look up here, you're going to want to let the chest come up first, then the hips, but I want you to use the core. Squeeze everything into the midline, raise hips and chest at the same time, then tuck the toes, send it back to down dog. Still squeeze the ankles towards each other, hugging in that prop, whatever you have, whether it be a block or a towel or a pillow. Squeeze it in. You can wag your tail a little bit from side to side. Wherever you are, whatever movements you're doing, really take this time to connect with breath. Last exhale here. Now you have 2 options, and I'll show you both options. You can try both. You're going to start to tippy-toe the feet in, not dropping your block. As you do this, keep the hips as high as you can. This doesn't mean that the legs have to be straight. The legs can bend. Walk the feet all the way in between the hands. That's option number 1. Option number 2 is hopping, and this part is fun, totally fun. Just play with it. The feet do not have to go high. Maybe you're just here. Or maybe if you'd like to see if you can get some hang time, the hips are going to come over the shoulders slightly. Hug the knees in towards the chest. And then place the feet down, up towards the hands. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Hands to heart, exhale. We're done with the props. Throw them off to the side. Adios. Step to the top of your mat. On your next inhale, arms rise. Bring the right foot with you. This is going to take some balance. So what I want you to bring your awareness to is that left foot. The toes will spread, and imagine you're trying to grip the mat or the floor with your left foot. Right knee's coming up as high as you can get it. Bring your hands to heart center. Also, staring at something that's not moving will help you stay balanced here. Continue to breathe. We're going to move towards a forward fold. The right leg is going to go back and up towards the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, the chest comes forward as the hips pivot back. Start to send the hands down towards the floor. Send the right leg up towards the sky, just for a moment. And then as you exhale, bend into the left knee. This is slow. Take the right foot all the way back. Drop the back ankle down. On an inhale, come up, warrior two. Check in here. If you've ever taken a yoga class, oftentimes what your teacher will say is push into the outer edge of the back foot. This means the pinky edge. So pushing into the pinky edge of the back foot. Make sure the front knee is not coming in front of the ankle. This is really bad for the knee. Knee on top of ankle. Also, the tendency is it's going to want to come into the inside. Use the outside thigh muscles, the abductor muscles, to pull the knee back over the ankle. Arms rise. I'm very out of breath. It's very hard to do this practice and talk. Whew. Last exhale. On your inhale, don't let the lower body move. We're going to take the right arm up, the left arm up. Right arm can either come to the thigh or reach behind and do a little half bind. Last inhale here. As you exhale, bring the hands back to make a T. As you do that, the front knee is going to start to straighten. Inhale here. As you exhale, reach the left arm forward. You have a couple options. Hand can come to the thigh, the ankle, or on the inside of the right foot. Other options are the right hand can come to the hip or go up towards the sky. What is not an option is you do not want to bend into the left knee. Keep the left leg straight. Activate the quad muscles, like squeeze the quad muscles to protect that leg. No dumping into the knee. Last exhale. This is a fun transition. Give yourself patience. Bend into the left knee now. Take the right hand to the hip first to start. Left hand's going to reach forward towards the front of your mat. You're going to start to bring the weight into the left foot. Right foot's going to go up towards the sky. Breathe. This is where you can play with things. If you need assistance, you can use a block. You can use books. You can use a chair to give yourself a little bit of support. Wobbling is normal. If you feel really balanced, the right hand can go up towards the sky. Last inhale. As you exhale slowly, make this a slow transition. Bend into the left knee. Place the right foot back behind you. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Front foot comes back to a three-legged down dog. On your next inhale, come forward to high plank. You have the option to drop the knees or lower through chaturanga. One-legged or two-legged. If you're doing one-legged, the left knee will bend through cobra, and then exhale, press back to down dog. This is a prime time for you to take a moment in child's pose. If you don't know what that is, you'll bend the knees, press the hips back, bring the forehead down towards the floor. Take this time to connect with your breath. Last exhale here. On your inhale, come through tabletop. Tuck the toes under. Send the hips back to down dog. Last exhale here. Start to bend the knees and walk the hands back to the back edge of your mat. Lower down into this crouch position. We're going to get playful again. All of my flows are playful, by the way. This is just the way it's going to be. It's all made up. Have some fun with it. So we're going to do our donkey kicks to the front of the mat again. See how many times you can click the heels together, and I'll show you what I mean. So the hands are going to come forward. You're going to use the momentum to bring the weight up over the shoulders. Take the hands forward, maybe one kick, and back. Maybe you're really low. Kick it up and back. Maybe you can get some hang time, and back. One more, and back. Come to the top of your mat. Forward fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Other side, left knee comes with you this time. Inhale. Exhale, start to bring the heart forward as the leg goes back and then up as the hands go down. One inhale, bend into the right foot, right knee, left foot comes down gently, inhale, warrior two. Same adjustments, push through the abductor muscles, abductor, knee right over the ankle, arms right straight out of the shoulders. Push into the pinky edge of the back foot. You can even look back at it, make sure you're not rolling in on the arch. Press through the pinky edge. Last exhale. Do not let the lower body move. Inhale, right arm goes up towards the sky, left hand can come to the hip or reach for that half bind. Make sure you're still bending into that front knee. Last inhale. As you exhale, make a T with the arms, straighten the right leg. Reach the right arm forward. Right hand can be placed on the shin, the ankle, or on the inside of the right foot. Left hand can be on the hip or up towards the sky. Make sure the right leg is very active, really pushing the bottom of the foot into the floor, activating that quadricep muscle, not dumping into the right knee. Last exhale. Look down, back at the floor if you were looking up. Bend the right knee. Slowly take the right hand out in front of the right toes. Walk the weight forward until the weight is in the right foot. Slowly bring the left leg up, coming into half moon. Make sure this leg is very active. The raised leg is active. Push through the heel, make that leg strong. The tendency sometimes is to dump here. Use the abdominal muscles to keep yourself level. Give yourself a moment to find balance. We are wobbly human beings, that's okay. Last exhale. Bend into the right knee. Bring it back to warrior two. On your next exhale, place the hands on the floor, bring the front foot back. Three-legged down dog. You have the option to move through a regular vinyasa with both feet on the floor, or inhale high to high plank. Lower through chaturanga. Bend the right knee up. Cobra. Exhale, press it back, child's pose or down dog. 5 breaths. Last exhale. Roll through tabletop. Tuck the toes under, start to walk the hands back to the back edge of your mat. Last little bit of playfulness here. We're gonna donkey kick to the front of your mat. Maybe you've only been able to kick your heels one time. Maybe you add another kick. Hands come forward, weight comes forward, kick and back. Kick and back. Maybe some hang time, kick and down to the top of your mat, halfway rise. Forward fold, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Last flow. This one's fun. They've all been fun. You're having fun, I promise. Inhale, arms are gonna go up. The right knee is gonna come with you. We're gonna move into a Ganesha squat, so watch and listen to my cues. Find your balance. This is a slow transition. As the hands come down to the heart, the right knee is gonna go behind the left. You're gonna come to the top side of the foot. You're gonna cross the legs, bend into both knees until the right knee taps, and then we're gonna come back up. Knees gonna go with the arms back up. Exhale everything down. This is a lot of balancing, so if you're wobbly, give yourself love and patience. Really root through the supportive leg. Other side, ready? Exhale. Inhale, left knee comes with you. Give your body time to adjust. The slower that you move, the more time you're giving your muscles to adjust as you move the body in space. Lower all the way down to the left knee taps, and then take it back up. Knee comes with the arms. Exhale, everything down. Other side, inhale, rise the right leg. Exhale, cross it back behind the left, lower it down until the right knee taps. Inhale, back to stand. Arm comes up with the knee. Exhale, place it down. Other side, left knee. Cross it back. What's your breath doing? Pay attention to your breath. Tap it down. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, place it down. One more time on each side like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Now adding on similar movements, we're going to end a little bit differently. Inhale, right knee comes with you. Exhale, cross it back. Take the foot out to the side. Take your hands out. You can use hands to help you. Bend in and lower the hips all the way down to the floor. Try not to plop. Plopping is okay. Just use your hands so you don't hurt yourself. All right, so now we're in this kind of pretzel position. The right foot is still kind of on the bottom. See if you can bring the top of the foot to the floor and stack the knees. This is what's called cow face. So stack everything up. The hands can come to the ankles. Push into the ankles. And just sit up nice and tall. Let both hip bones come to the floor. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. If this is enough of a stretch for you, you can stay right here. If you'd like a little bit more, start to walk the hands forward, bring the heart forward. Maybe let the chest rest over the legs. This will get you a really nice deep stretch. If you're there and you'd like one last little modification, the hands can come back to the ankles and push the ankles into the earth as you bring the heart forward. Last exhale here. Inhale, if you're sitting over the legs, roll yourself back up. We're going to transition to the bottom of the left foot again. So the bottom of the foot's on the floor. Right arm is going to come up on the inhale. As you exhale, twist and bring the right elbow to the left knee. There's going to be some micro movements here. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine, sit up a little bit taller. As you exhale, twist and gaze over the left shoulder, maybe you move a little bit deeper. Let's do that movement again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And maybe these movements aren't even really happening, they're just in your mind. Imagine yourself growing taller and twisting deeper. One more inhale. Now we're going to do a fun twist out, totally optional. We're coming to the top of the mat if you don't want to do this. The hands are going to twist and face the back edge of your mat. You're going to pivot the hips, and then as you come to face the front, you're going to step the feet to the top of your mat. It's just for fun and mainly just silly. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. Other side. Left knee comes with you this time. Find your balance. Take it across the back of the right leg. Lower the hands, or lower the hips down slowly. Use the hands if you need to, all the way to the floor. So bottom of the foot is still on the floor for the right leg. Come to the top of the right foot. Stack the knees. Hands can come to the ankles or not. This is optional. Let the shoulders relax down away from the ears. Let both sit bones really root into the floor. Sometimes the right, on this side, the right will want to come up. On the other side, the left would have wanted to come up. Really root through both hip bones. Really take this time when we're still, when we're in deep stretch, to connect with that ujjayi breath, that mirror breath, like you're trying to fog up the mirror. If this is enough for you, stay here or start to walk the hands out over the length of the legs, bringing the heart down towards the knees. Last modification, hands can come back to the heels, pushing the heels away from the chest, moving the head forward. This is a deep stretch of the outer hip and the glutes. Last exhale. On your inhale, slowly come all the way back up. We're going to transition so the bottom of the right foot is back on the floor. The right knee will come closer towards the chest. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, you can grab onto the knee and hug it in, or take the elbow to the outside of the knee. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, twist and gaze over the right shoulder. If you've got your hand around the knee, really hug the knee into the chest. This will give you a really nice stretch along the outer right hip. Last exhale. Inhale, back to center. Last option to do that little pivot. Hands are going to come to the back of the mat. Pivot on the feet, and then step to the top of your mat. Halfway rise, inhale. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Rise to stand, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Last little bit. Inhale, arms rise. As you exhale, take the hands forward. Slowly start to bend into the knees. The knees will bend out to the sides as you lower all the way down to the glutes. Try not to plow. Sit with control. You can come all the way to the back. Take the legs straight out the length of your mat, or bring the soles of the feet together. Allow yourself to rest. This is the Shavasana portion of this practice. If you have the time and you would like to, I have a 30-minute rest and restore class that pairs with this very nicely. It will start right after this video. If not, take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes and enjoy relaxing and letting all of that good energy that you just put into your body really soak in. Take deep breaths. Thank you for joining me and allowing me to guide you through this practice.
Ma.